tonight, the picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice. When he hears my voice just yelling at him, now he gets to hear me break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, he likes it.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
The Bucks took a massive lead.
The feeling, no doubt, mutual. Thanks, DA. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Wednesday, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks coming into town. And then on Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Crowder in at the 3 with Jackson Jr. playing the 4. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Bledsoe, then it's Matthews, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 2 spot.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Crowder against Matthews. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Lopez. And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Lopez. What a surge it's been for the Bucks at the top of the Eastern Conference last year. 60 wins, the most since 1981.
Right, and much like those teams from the 80s, they fell short in the end.
Again.
And that's been the rub with the Bucks is, you know, as you look back at so many years in a row, so close, couldn't do it. And then this last year against Toronto, you know, they win the first 2. Game 3's double OT. And then all of a sudden, a week later, their season's over. So they've never quite been able to get over the hump since the days of Lou Alcindor.
The nice thing is, though, this team is making the mandatory steps, it seems, that all these teams eventually have to make to get to where they want to go.
Right. They're trying to keep the team together that they succeeded with last year. Sometimes when you have success, you think that you should keep that success together. And that can be dangerous because, really, I felt like that team underachieved. They lost to a Toronto team that they had just performed better than during the season. So what's that last piece that you need? And I guess the last piece for Milwaukee now is, can Giannis be the closer? We haven't seen it yet.
And how about the power of Antetokounmpo? Dynamite whenever he takes it to the rim.
Morant with it. He's coming off a 19-point game against Indiana.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
You love the energy and effort Morant provides, especially when he's on the break.
The pass to Bledsoe. Right side, Antetokounmpo over Morant. And it's Giannis missing.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And that one's good, Morant.
Now, how about the handles from the young fella? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
From deep, Giannis. Crowder pulls it in. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Passes to Jackson. That one's not going to go. And Milwaukee the other way now. Though for quite a while you've been a holder of Clippers season tickets. I've seen you there myself.
Yeah.
I know you love the game. I love just to watch as a fan and sometimes take off your professional hat. How much have you enjoyed watching them compete and in a lot of cases outcompete the Lakers over the last couple years?
It's funny, this last Clippers team was by far the most fun of all those teams. They were successful with Chris Paul and Blake and DeAndre in that era, but those teams weren't that much fun to watch. This last year's Clipper team, people just love them and were really, really invested in them, and that's why I could see them really knocking the Lakers out of there a little bit. The Lakers still have the DNA, the generations, but at some point, it's going to flip.
If not already.
The people haven't decided yet that they're Laker fans. You got to get like the 8-year-olds.
Yes.
That's who you have to get, and then they grow up and they become Clipper fans. So maybe that's happening.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Third is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
And here's Bledsoe. He had 13 points in the win against Utah.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Now, here's Valanciunas. 14 points from him the last game against Indiana.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
The combination of scoring and passing at that PG position makes Morant valuable. An all-around player with a bright future.
Just 5 to shoot. Crowder. No good. Shot missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And, Bill, when it comes to NBA awards, some people have said voter fatigue is a factor. Would you agree with that?
No, I actually think NBA awards are in the best shape they've been in because people are afraid to screw up. You know, that with the internet and the accountability we have now.
Accountability, exactly.
And
There's nothing anonymous about it.
No. And we have really good numbers and metrics now. And I actually think we make the right decisions with this stuff most of the time now. I didn't really see any egregious stuff last year other than the one person who voted Dwayne Wade for second-team All-NBA.
You get a vote, don't you?
I do, and I take it really seriously.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. And
I really care
Our
about
name is
it.
attached to it.
Yeah. I also, like, when I wrote my book, I really relied on the All-NBA stuff. Like, they're a snapshot of what happened that season.
Good point. Oh, my goodness! What a play!
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdown.
Outside Crowder. Pass to Jackson. Nice move. And no good. Great D that time from Giannis. Bledsoe finds Giannis.
Who's watching him?
Lays it up off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
Pass to Morant. Back to Brooks. Outside Crowder. And the layup falls.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Bledsoe outside. And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Lopez. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Goes up again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo has really learned how to get himself to the foul line. It's one of the easiest ways to score the ball. He gets to the stripe at a higher clip with each passing year.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Wesley Matthews. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Jones against Hill. Jones, no luck.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Memphis needs to get off a shot here. No good on the 3. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 1.
Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, showing again how committed he is when he takes that ball inside off the drive.
Here's Clark, guarded by Korver. Anderson trying to free himself up. No good from Clark. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo, leading the break. And Giannis throws it down.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
The Bucks making a switch here. Ilyasova has checked in. Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it, and I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of so many NBA players now doing the same thing?
Hey, we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, and we have Vince Carter and Kent Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, you know, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens. And you got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just dabble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. Like JJ is clearly going to go in the media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good. Yes. So I think you need a little more talent at it than people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. Like, you have to really stick to it.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And a moment now to see the stats for Anderson, how he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 8 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
To the inside, and it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Hill. Hill's got 3 assists tonight.
Hill is difficult to guard in pick and roll sets because of his shooting, speed, and his passing ability. I mean, it's basically pick your poison with him.
Out to the right wing. This one for 3. Melton's shot is good.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
Hill passes to Lopez. He kicks it to Korver from downtown. And it's Melton with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Bill, it's no secret that your heart lies in Boston. Just what was it like growing up in and around that area?
Well, it's definitely the reason I like sports as much as I do, because it's so sports obsessed. A lot of it is cold weather stuff, I feel like, where there's 5 months a year that just stink, and then there's 3 other months that, you know, it's just smoking hot and humid. And so the sports makes everybody kind of crazy because you're crazy anyway. But there's nothing like being in Boston when something good's happening, like Celtics making an NBA playoff run, or the Bruins making a cup run, or the Red Sox in September when the Yankees are coming to town, or the Saturday before Patriots game. You can kind of feel it as the community of it. That's the difference between here and a place like LA.
It's formed you as a professional.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's the teardrop. The rebound by the Bucks. 27 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Connaughton. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And Korver, a team-first guy, when one of his guys is open, he wastes no time in delivering the pass.
Here's Clark. 17 points for him last game against Indiana. And he banks in the layup.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Here's Hill. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Milwaukee with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Ran up on him. I ain't say anything for me. I don't really give a...
Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the defensive end.
That's something I relish. It's something unique. It's something to take.
And Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense, on every possession.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Clark is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Jones. And it's Melton in at the shooting guard. Memphis moving it around. Anderson against Ilyasova. Anderson's shot is off.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you.
And, guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Ilyasova can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Bill, do you ever think we're going to eliminate conferences in the NBA playoff seeding?
I think that they would have done a 16-seed no-conference playoff format years ago. I think they're really worried about the travel, though. And they've looked at it, and they've really studied it, and they've looked at the effects of, let's say Boston plays Portland in round 1, and you're flying 3,100 miles or 3,200 miles in 3 time zones and all that stuff, and it's a 2-2-1-1-1 series. What is the effect on the team if it goes 7? I think they're really afraid of it. I wish they did it. I don't like the conferences. I don't really understand them. And over the course of NBA history, they've been really confused by the conferences. I wrote about this in the book of basketball, where we had years where San Antonio was playing in the East for a while, and Baltimore was in the West, which, go look at a map. Baltimore being in the West is ridiculous. Baltimore was in the West and Philly was in the East, and they're like 50 miles away from each other.
Yeah, made no sense.
So they've never really 100% figured out the conferences. And I just think the 1 through 16 makes more sense.
It would sure be better basketball.
It would be better.
Yeah. Matthews up top. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Remarkable poise from Wesley Matthews. Looks like he's very comfortable shooting as soon as that ball hits his hands.
Here's Morant. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Bledsoe taking his time here. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
It's going to take more than that to stop Bledsoe now. Come on. I mean, this guy excels at taking contact and handling punishment on the way up.
Brooks, the pass to Morant. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova. Milwaukee leading by 6. Bill defenders are doing a better job of challenging the shooter from the side so they don't foul and don't step into that landing space when he comes down from shooting.
Yeah, I don't like the landing space. And all that stuff. Like,
well, what would you call
load management? We have all these phrases now. It's like, how did these phrases come in my life?
Load management is interesting.
Load management's the worst. Where did that start?
I don't know.
Can we just play basketball?
Just like work, yeah. Just rest.
What's the thing they call when the guy travels, but they say it's not? It's like he's gathering the ball. That's another one.
Gathering the
Never
ball.
said gathering the ball in my life until 2 years ago. Enough with the weird phrases.
Yeah.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny.
You said it, Kevin. He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
Here's Morant. That one goes. Count it. Morant's got 8 points in the quarter. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. An easy 2 points on the layup. Giannis has got the lead up to 10 now for the Bucks.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And it's Morant missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Here's Melton. He's got 5. Outside Crowder. And it's Brooks in the corner from past the arc. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
Well, I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
The Bucks making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in, and Memphis also making a switch. Valanciunas is checked in. Now a timeout called by Memphis. The impact of Eric Bledsoe, his ability to penetrate and make plays at the rim. Bill, talk about what he does for the Bucks offense and what you think of his game.
So he's interesting because during the regular season he was great, to the point that when they gave him an extension during last season, I actually thought it was the right move. It was $70 million.
He was close to All-Star status.
Yeah, and he was really good defensively. I think the problem for him is the playoffs have become a different animal and they slow down, and he couldn't really adjust to that style. I thought he lost his confidence. And it got to the point where they were just benching him for portions of quarters in must-win games. So, you know, he's got to figure out how can he control a game offensively when it's not just like running down fast break? Because the style they played during the regular season was really good for him. They were just going. But in the playoffs, you can't do that. You're going to have games where it slows down. So how do you handle that, I think, would be the big thing. I thought he lost his confidence.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Matthews, and the rejection by Jackson. Out to the wing. And Valanciunas kicks to Morant. On the wing, Brooks, guarded by Bledsoe. Here's Jackson, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Jackson's got his first basket of the night.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Bledsoe right side. The wide open look here for Lopez. Sinks the three-pointer. Lopez has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Decent at spotting his teammates. You know, Bledsoe is good, I think, at reading the defense and then recognizing when he's got an open teammate.
Outside Crowder. Passes it to Jackson. Back to Crowder. For 3. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Giannis. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Matthews. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Goes up to the stripe, and that one's good. Morant's got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Korver passes to Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe outside. 3-pointer, good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. 8 points for Eric Bledsoe.
You know, Bledsoe is a decent shooter from outside, but I think it's really important that he continues to connect from there.
Valanciunas dishes to Morant. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Goes back up. And Giannis with a nice bucket inside. Giannis has got 35.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
Yeah, I just like the awareness there from Korver. He draws a lot of attention, which is why he's able to get passes over to his teammates.
Morant passes to Jackson. To the wing right side. That one a little long.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Memphis called for the foul.
And quite honestly, guys, Antetokounmpo, get that name right, folks. He's one of the most unique, talented players in the league. I mean, long arms, which really create a lot of problems for the defenders, whether he's passing or shooting.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Timeout called the Grizzlies.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And it gives us a chance here to check out some stats on Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's coming off an excellent season. 3rd in scoring, 6th in rebounding, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And you only average top 3 in points if you have a particular mindset that you are the guy. Anderson outside. It's all about Antetokounmpo. On the wing, Hill. Over Anderson. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
4 on the shot clock. And the basket is good. Valanciunas has got his second bucket of the game to go.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Well, Bill, yet another engaging conversation. Thanks for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Yeah, next time let's talk about the hard salary cap. I think the people really love that one. Yeah, I have some ideas.
You'd make it
I
interesting.
have some luxury tax ideas. Yeah, we'll get super technical.
I would be here for that.
Okay.
And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Hill against Jones. To the paint. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Jones. 6 points for Valanciunas.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Giannis up top. He's covered by Anderson. Here's Connaughton. It's rebounded by Memphis. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Anderson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Grizzlies have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. He's perfect from the line this time. 24 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Hill against Jones. Outside Hill. 5 to shoot. Banked in off the glass. Hill's got his first points in this one.
I think that's a testament to Hill's attitude. I mean, he does not hesitate at all when he has the ball right next to the hoop.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Mike Budenholzer. Your defense has been very good. Why has that happened?
Well, I think our guys are committed on that end. Everybody's active. Everybody's covering for each other. And we know how important it is.
Mike, we'll see if it continues in the next quarter. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had a scoring performance for the ages, putting up an enormous amount of points, 13 rebounds and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You have to marvel at the uniqueness of the Greek freak. From half court, he needs only 2 dribbles. That's right, 2 dribbles to get to the rim. He can pass like a point guard at almost 7 feet. The list goes on and on.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh. You hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh. Gut check time, Ernie.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Matthews, then there's Bledsoe, and it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. And it's Morant missing. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Brooks outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Antetokounmpo on the double team. Shot from 12. And he gets the jumper to drop. 21 points for Ja Morant.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. And Matthews kicks to Bledsoe. And they double up Giannis. Lets it go from deep. The Grizzlies pull it in. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Morant. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over.
Lopez outside. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. The shot missing. Nice D from Valanciunas. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Now here's Morant. 23 points in the game. Now the feed to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Morant see that guy? The vision is special.
Bledsoe passes to Matthews. Lopez outside. Down low. Giannis kicks to Lopez. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Morant with it. Now guarded by Giannis. Stolen by Bledsoe. And here's the break. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days. And as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. Giannis against Jackson. To the middle. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. 4th, Brook Lopez.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
No good from Valanciunas.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Matthews scanning the floor. 5 on the clock. Over Valanciunas. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Matthews. Matthews has got 3 assists now in this one. The Grizzlies trail by 21. Now Morant. 23 points in the game. 13 feet away. That one no good. Good D by Bledsoe. Here's Matthews. Takes it off the glass. Matthews has got his second bucket.
And Matthews is just vicious on the drive. Solid and sprinting all the way inside for the layup. You don't see guys do that as much. They're running to that three-point line. Matthews right to the rack.
It's good.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Bucks leading by 21. Bledsoe outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Bledsoe's got 4 this quarter.
And, you know, so often we see Bledsoe trying to get all the way to the rim, at least as close as possible. That's the mentality I think you've got to have.
Pass to Morant. Excellent D there from Bledsoe. Milwaukee's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. DiVincenzo passes to Bledsoe. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Now the pass to Lopez. Here's DiVincenzo. Guarded by Valanciunas. Out left to the wing. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
A moment now to see the stats for Matthews. How he did last season. Averaged about 12 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Clark, the pass to Valanciunas. Over Ilyasova. No good from Valanciunas. Bucks leading by 23. Bledsoe with it. 12 points for him. Right wing, Ilyasova. No one around him. And Valanciunas pulls it down. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And the shot's good from Crowder.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
The Bucks have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Lopez outside. Here's DiVincenzo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. No good on that one.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And that one's good. Morant.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Big brute substitution here for Milwaukee. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Sterling Brown comes in for Wesley Matthews. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Memphis also making some changes. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. And Jones subbed in for Morant. Okay, time now for an injury report. Now for an update on Antetokounmpo's injury, let's go over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Bucks. He's got an injury to his elbow, specifically his elbow joint, and it looks like it's a pinched nerve. Well, this is definitely unlucky, and especially right at the start of the season. The adjustments will be plentiful going forward. Kevin?
Okay, Dave, thanks. Sounds like he won't be out for too long. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Inside, it's stolen by Valanciunas. Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Clark. Another shot, and Valanciunas with the layup. Valanciunas has got 10.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Grizzlies trail by 14, and the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That is his first foul of the game. Left side, Jones. Pass to Clark. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Four on the clock. Here's Clark. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Clark's got his second basket of the night. Bucks leading by 12. Here's Connaughton. 8 points for him. Lopez finds Hill to end the cold streak. He can't hit that time. And the Grizzlies shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Count that one.
Like the pass from Clark there, showing he can be a piece of the puzzle.
The Bucks shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Pass to Ilyasova. Lopez outside. And the pass to Brown. Launches a three. Nailed from three-point land. He has 5.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Jones drives in. Drops in the layup for 2.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Jones against Hill. Shot clock at 5. Here's Lopez. No good off the back of the rim. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 17-5 run here. And that one's good by Clark.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
And Connaughton has it in the corner. The 8-footer. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
The massive size of Lopez just puts defenses in a pickle. When he's that close, you just have to foul him.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Korver in for Sterling Brown. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul.
You know, when you see Antetokounmpo make a pass like that, it tells you just how much he's matured and grown as a player and decision maker.
Clark, the pass to Brooks. And here's Jones. Fires for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Connaughton. He's got 8. Here's Lopez. And they pick up 2. Lopez has got 7 points in the game.
And at 277 pounds, Lopez absorbs contact well. Difficult to deter him on the way up.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Jones against Hill. Here's Clark. He's got 6. That one falls. Clark's got 6 in the quarter. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Brooks kicks to Clark. With 1 on the clock. And that one is off. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. We're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth, Anderson and Jackson inside. Then it's Jones. Then it's Brooks.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
It's stolen by Jones. Brooks outside. And he dunks it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that
could, that could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Giannis inside, working on Anderson. Connaughton passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's Korver for 3. Rebounded by Jackson.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Memphis moving that ball around. Anderson outside. At the top of the key, Brooks. Rebounded by the Bucks. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead. Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Antetokounmpo against Anderson. They get it back. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
You've got to box out on the boards. When you don't, that's what happens.
A different look for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Matthews comes in for Pat Connaughton. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for George Hill. Jay Crowder's checked in for Memphis. Morant comes in for Tyus Jones.
It's a quiet, rugged demeanor that Bledsoe plays with, and he doesn't back away from anybody on the court.
Now here's Morant, guarded by Bledsoe. And it's Morant missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Tries again, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
Up around 80% for his career, Lopez more than comfortable earning his points at the charity stripe.
Milwaukee making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch five. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
DiVincenzo passes to Bledsoe. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Bucks lead by 14.
He drilled one from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that? I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the three ball.
Clock at 4. From deep. A shot by Crowder, no good.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them.
And here's Giannis from outside. Can't hit that one. Now Memphis takes it the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the rejection by Giannis.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Anderson. To the inside, and they double up Giannis. Passes it to DiVincenzo. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Crowder against Matthews. Brooks, the pass to Crowder. Pass to Valanciunas. Shoots over Matthews, and the shot is long. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Back to Bledsoe. Pass to DiVincenzo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists now in this one.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Milwaukee now. Bucks leading by 15. Stolen by Brooks. Outside Jackson. Outside Crowder. Three-pointer. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's over in the corner, Matthews. Lopez kicks to Giannis. Puts up a 3. The Bucks getting another chance here.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
There's the pass to Morant. Now here's Crowder. Just 5 on the clock. Fades away. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Now Morant. Valanciunas, and staying with the play, Valanciunas.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
On the wing, Giannis. Guarded by Jackson. And Giannis gets it to go. A lot of young players in this NBA becoming top 10 players as they mature. Who are some of the guys you spot that are really going to make a mark?
Well, they've already made a mark, and you anticipate it'll continue to be that way. Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. I like Jaylen Brown in Boston, as well as Jason Tatum there. And clearly Zion Williamson has a chance to be really special.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
No good from Bledsoe.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Morant with it. Passes it to Jackson. Over Lopez. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Morant. And it's 8 points for Jaren Jackson.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area, really keeps the defense honest.
And I tell you what, guys, I mean, with this combination of size and touch, he's a real threat from mid-range.
Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Matthews for the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Down low, Brooks. Giannis grabs the miss.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
DiVincenzo passes to Bledsoe. Lopez outside. Matthews, no one around him. Hits it from three-point range.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning. and have not stopped.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. No good that time.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Crowder kicks to Jackson. Pass to Morant. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. That one is no good. He is 6 for 11 in the game. The three. Grizzlies with the rebound. And here's Crowder. Brooks dishes to Jackson. Pass to Morant. Left side Jackson tries it from 19. And Crowder slams it in.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got 7 points here in this quarter. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're trailing by 21. There's 1:40 left to play in the final quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Milwaukee leading by 21.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so by winning the first of 3 to play in this season series, it should give them plenty of momentum and confidence for the next time they'll have to lace up their sneakers against Memphis.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Giannis.
Now, he was a problem on the glass today, relentlessly crashing the boards and came away with a bushel basket full of rebounds.
Allen surveying the D. The pass to Caboclo. Here's Melton. Kicks it to Clark. There's the triple. Bender with the rebound. Here's DiVincenzo. Passes it to Bender. Outside Wilson. Pass to Brown. Fires from deep. The offensive rebound. Outside for Korver. The three. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out of transition, trying to get defensive stops. And everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season.